Welcome. In this video, we're going to learn how to simplify the derivatives of arcsecant and arccosecant. Right? I just had you give the derivative, but really, a lot of times you'll see this in simplest form, especially on multiple choice. So I'd like you at least some of the time to reduce. Always simplify this: the arcsine, the arccos, the arctangent, or arccotangent, and at least half the time simplify the arcsecant and arccosecant so you get a little practice. All right, so here we could reduce. The absolute value bars are not going to prohibit us from reducing. So we could reduce the 30 and the 5. Right, so that's going to be 6 in the numerator. And then we could cancel out x to the 5th. We do need that absolute value bars for the x to remain, because we don't want x to be negative. And without those absolute value bars, x could be negative. So here's going to be our final answer. I did change my mind and decide that we would simplify as well. All right, that's the only one I can simplify there. And let's see on this one. So we're looking for arccosecant and arcsecant. So it's going to be tight to squeeze that in. Actually, we're going to erase this part. Yeah, I'm going to erase this part. And in your notes, you probably can write smaller than me and probably have some space. I'm just going to do the squaring and simplifying in one step, because that's all the room I have. So dy dx equals, so we could reduce the negative 20 and the 4 and make that negative 5. We also could reduce the x to the 4th. The absolute value bars will not prevent us from doing that. And we'll have the absolute value of x in the denominator. And then this would be 4x to the 5th squared would be 16x to the 10th minus 1. So that would be the simplified answer, right? So we could cancel those things out, right, and just have the absolute value of x in the denominator and just simplify it a little bit. All right, so our final answer, dy dx equals negative 5 over the absolute value of x times the square root of 16x to the 10th minus 1. And we also could simplify the arcsecant, the one there. All right, so we could cancel out the x's. All right, so we would have 3 in the numerator and in the denominator. So we have dy dx equals 3 over, we could cancel out x squared. We absolutely need those absolute value bars. Square root of x, absolute value of x times the square root of x to the 6 minus 1. So see, the simplifying is really, really easy. And so let's just give our answer in simplest form, rather than stop one step short. But I will not take off if you don't simplify it, but it'd be a good idea, because a lot of the multiple choices I've looked at, they do simplify. So just to get into the habit, get a little practice. All right, let's see if we have any to simplify over here. We have, I have a screen recording box in the way. Now we have an arcsecant there, but we have nothing to simplify, all right, because there's just nothing left. We have a dy dx equals 3 divided by x times the absolute value of 3 natural log of x times the square root of 9 natural log of x minus 1. Nothing to do there. And that was the only one. How about on the next page? We could simplify the arccosecant there. And that's the only one on this page. So we could cancel out the x to the 6th. So in simpler forms, I'm just going to write this once because there's no way I can fit in another step there. Dy dx equals, we would have negative 7 in the numerator, and in the denominator we would have the absolute value of x times the square root of x to the 14th minus 1. So you see, the simplifying is really super simple. So we may as well do it. We shouldn't be lazy. I shouldn't be lazy. There's nothing to simplify here. We have already simplified it. The ones I didn't simplify were the arcsecant and arccosecant. Here we have nothing to simplify because the 3 and the 3x minus 4 are not going to cancel in any way, shape, or form. So this one is in simplest form. Our cosine, we already simplified that. And that was it, right? So I just wanted to go review how to simplify these. So now I've shown you how to simplify the arccosecant and arcsecant, and you see when it simplifies, it's super easy. All right, thanks for watching, and bye for now.